Okay guys, so in this video, I'm actually gonna do a little something different. I'm gonna be talking a little bit about what I went through when I started my food business and my kind of my journey, if you will, on entrepreneurship. So this isn't gonna be anything about how-tos or how to do this or that. I'm actually going to explain to you what my wife and I actually went through in 2008 and what actually brought me to become a food entrepreneur. And the question that I get a couple of times on my YouTube videos was, how do you become a food entrepreneur, Damien? And more specifically, how did I actually get into this business? So in 2008, my wife and I were actually working in retail at the time, specifically food retail. We were working and we had got let go from our job. We both lost our job at that time, and it was a huge challenge. It was a real big, difficult thing because about a year or two leading up to 2008, I was really wanting to start a business of my own, but I had really no clue what kind of business. I was really tired of working in retail. I had been in it for over 20 plus years. And I wanted to obviously make more money. I was only making about $15 an hour back in 2008, but that really wasn't enough to pay a brand new mortgage that we had, 2 cars, student loans, and everything else that everybody else goes through. So what I ended up doing was in 2008, we got let go. I decided, my wife and I said, you know what, this was obviously a sign. This was the aha moment, I guess. And it's something that if I'm going to give you some entrepreneurship advice, I would highly recommend that you pay attention to moments in your life, specifically in your profession, about if you have the desire to create a business or if you have an inclination to start something on your own. Pay attention to those moments. The letting go, the getting fired and getting let go, which is I never in my life actually been let go from a job. I've always been employed since I was 14, and I never not had a job. So getting let go was something that was really new for me to deal with. And my wife and I both at the same time, with the types of financial responsibilities that we had, was a bit of a slap in the face, kind of a wake-up call, if you will. I've always worked hard. I've always believed in doing what I do. But anyways, we got let go, so I decided to take the $15,000 or so that I had saved in my 401k. I had really good credit at the time. I had a lot of credit cards available, and I maxed them out. And we started our Italian bakery. We started our bakery, and it was very, very small. It was a small space. It was something that we could afford. It was a good opportunity to learn a lot. We went in and literally had to do it all on our own. My wife and I went in there. We had to gut it out. It had to be redone, remodeled. We did all of it ourselves, actually, from the painting to finishing off the floors, to putting up crown molding. We were building shelves. We did everything. But it was super exciting. It was really exciting because I knew the opportunity was going to present something that would make me happier and would give me an opportunity to do something I truly wanted to do, and I was creating with my wife. My wife and I was doing this. So we did it. We actually did it. We started serving sandwiches. We had gelato ice cream. We did cookies and pastries, cannolis, sfogliatelles. We did a lot of Italian cookies. We also did catering throughout from that bakery at that time. So it was a really exciting and stressful and challenging, all of those things rolled into one, trying to create a business from scratch. And that's actually how I ended up becoming a food entrepreneur. I'm a huge foodie outside of the businesses that I run, in the consulting business and the YouTube channels. We've got multiple channels. We've got 6 e-commerce businesses. We do affiliate marketing. We have a lot of stuff now that's online. But that was 12 years ago. So how long does it take to become a food entrepreneur? How long does it take for success? That is something I can't answer. Nobody's going to tell you how long it's going to take for you to be successful doing what you do. So keep that in mind. It's not something that is going to happen overnight. Anybody that tells you you're going to do it in a year, maybe not. Everyone's got a different variation and time frame for success. Plus, you have to determine what success is for you. Success is not something that is necessarily going to happen to you instantly, and not something also going to take a lifetime to achieve. But you need to sit down and figure out and define what success truly is for you. For me, losing our job and then having a brand new house and a mortgage, my idea of success was just paying the bills. Having a business that actually would help me pay what I need to and support my family. And then my wife had our son, my son Marco, and sure enough, all of the other realities and financial responsibilities come into play. So I wanted to do this video because I haven't done anything like this on my channel at all, just explaining you the realities of it. It is a huge challenge to transition from a brick and mortar bakery and not only running that, but also transitioning into an e-commerce business and not knowing anything about e-commerce, starting on eBay as we did and then growing to all the businesses that we have now. You need to have a set of skills. And I'm going to go through a few things. I wanted to just cover specifically about what happened from us, as I just explained, but then what kind of skill sets did I end up perfecting or getting really good at? So what skills does a food entrepreneur need is the question. And number one, you need to be creative. Yes, believe it or not, if you're getting into food is actually a very creative mindset. Whether people realize that or not, I'm not sure if you do, but being creative is something that the way my mind works, I'm not more analytical than creative. So creativity is something that I can incorporate every day with what I do, obviously creating videos and content and editing and doing all this stuff. So being creative as a food entrepreneur is a must, in my opinion. These skills that I'm going to tell you are things that I personally have had to experience, and you're going to experience. Creativity is great also in coming up with new ideas. If you're creating a gluten-free product and you have a line of products and you can come up with a variety of flavors, if you have a barbecue sauce, have a hot sauce business, and you can come up with a variety of flavors and so on and so on. But creativity is something that's a must. When you're creating a label, you're going to have a vision for your brand, an idea of your logo, the design, the packaging. All of that incorporates creativity. Does that mean you have to do all of this on your own? No, you can hire people to help you. You can get freelancers to help you. Like I mentioned on multitude of my videos, I use Fiverr for a lot of my creative ideas for logos or branding or anything as far as website design. That's something that you have to have. Next one is open to learn. You need to have an openness to learn. Every single day, I've learned a lot over 12 years as an entrepreneur and being on my own, in a sense, and making the money that I need to support my family. But being able to learn and understand how to learn. This is something that I read very, very much, actively every single day. I read tons of books. I Google things all the time. If I don't know the answers, I ask questions. But I love to learn, and that is something that has helped me create our six-figure businesses, going from being unemployed to having the success that we've had. I didn't learn overnight either. It's taken 12 years to learn what I've learned. 5 years in, I was learning a lot. 6 years in, I was learning a lot. But I never stop. Be open to reading books. Be open to watching videos, YouTube videos, my channel, for instance, or other people's channels. Be open to Googling things, asking friends, reaching out to other entrepreneurs. You can even ask them, hey, how did you get started in something? Learn from people. By learning things, it'll eliminate your time frame for success. By learning from others' mistakes, you'll also eliminate those mistakes from your own success. So you'll get faster and faster and closer to the success you want when you learn from other people, okay? The next one is patience. Trust me. Like I said, no real actual business overnight happens, or even in a few months. No realistic actual business will occur. It takes years to create a business. It takes years to learn, and you're still going to continue to do that. But it's a process that requires patience. You need to also be in love with your process. Okay. When I started to set goals, I would reach the goal, but guess what? After I reached it, I sat there, then I had another goal. The longest portion of being an entrepreneur is the process from A to B. The longest part of being an entrepreneur, the most intense part of being an entrepreneur is going to be the process. If you don't love the process, stop it. Stop being an entrepreneur. Don't even start a business. Because getting from point A to point B, you have a goal in mind, you reached a goal, that's going to come, and then you're going to come to another wall. It's called another goal. So the process that takes from A to B is the longest part of that. It's not the goal itself. So you're going to reach that goal, and you're going to have another goal, or you're going to have another 10 goals or other goals. So the idea is the amount of time from A to B is the most important, and that's the process. The doing, the keeping yourself up late, you're getting yourself up early, your stick-to-itiveness, staying with it and sticking to it, that is something that's going to be required with patience. You need to be patient with yourself, because you'll get frustrated, you'll quit, you'll get discouraged, you'll quit, you'll get obsessed about the goal and not the process in between, and you'll quit. So understand, patience is something that you're going to definitely need. The next skill that you need is money management. This is not something that I was very strong at before. When I was working a job, I was never taught money management. I went through school, I have a degree in marketing, but again, it wasn't something I focused on, money management. But the actual day-to-day running of a business and trying to support a family and managing the money coming in and money going out, that is something you need to learn, because it's going to be a big part of the success of your business. If you don't manage the money coming in, you will have no money coming in. It's not going to be that way. You have to know how much is coming in, how much is going out every single day. So I'm literally, of course, online every single day. I'm managing the money, transactions, vendors, paying this, paying that, and then trying to pay yourself, and then try to be successful. Your taxes and everything else, you need to manage money. Next up, learn technology. What do I mean by that? You need to understand how the internet works, how e-commerce works. You will not operate in this day and age, you will not operate successfully online if you are not some form of tech savvy. I'm not asking you, you don't have to go out and become, Bill Gates, or you don't have to become, Steve Jobs or anything of that sort. But you need to understand how technology works, the benefits of certain softwares, plugins, the benefits of running an e-commerce business and knowing how an e-commerce website is built, how it operates on the back end, basic technology. These things are things that you have to understand. Even if you're going to become a food entrepreneur, you need to understand these things. Social media, marketing. Again, you don't have to be an expert at all of it, but have a good foundation and understanding of how it works, because it'll only benefit you. Okay? Next up is management skills. One thing that I worked for 20 years in retail, and I was a manager for probably 14 of those years, is managing other people and the ability to manage those skill sets and call upon those skill sets when you need them and help people develop them to become more efficient and proficient at them for them to help you grow your business. So managing not only yourself, but managing other people and understanding how they work, those are skills you're going to need. If you're running a brick and mortar bakery and you have employees, they're running around, scooping gelato, helping customers, making sandwiches. I mean, all of that stuff is all a part of the simple management skills. You need to have those skill sets. If you don't have it, that's fine. You can learn it as you go. Don't get discouraged about it, okay? Next up is people skills. Aside from management, understanding people, satisfying people's needs that they have to have or things that they are looking to get. People's skill set is something that a lot of people don't spend time working on. If you're going to be obviously successful in any business, you are relying upon other people. It's not you're not on an island, no man is an island type of thing. You're not going to be by yourself creating an entire business and growing it by yourself. You need other people to grow your business. You need to work on your people skills. If you don't have them, good. Read a book about people skills. Google it. Watch a video on how to learn go on YouTube and find how people deal with people and manage people with their skill sets. These are things that you're going to have to do and learn, and that's what I've learned over the past few years. Is it's a different type of skill set when you're the owner of the business and you've got employees than when you're working for a company and you're managing employees. That's different. It's similar in some ways, but when you are the one running the show and the one that is owning the business, there's a different dynamic to that. So you need to have those people skills. And lastly, you need to be organized. This is something that I still, personally, I don't have this skill set down just 100% yet. Be organized about what you do. Make sure that you are, your day is planned out and you've got certain specific things that you need to do. Decisions need to be made. Whatever it is that's scheduled for your week out or 2 weeks out, get yourself organized, because the more organized you are, the more calmer your mind's going to be and allow you to actually get things done. I am still working on this because my mind is kind of in a lot of different places at once, to be honest with you. My wife is much more organized than I am. But this is definitely something that you need to look into for yourself, because the more organized you can become, actually the more stuff you're going to get done. So that is just some information I wanted to give you guys. A few tips and tricks on how to be an entrepreneur. Of course, I can't teach you how to be an entrepreneur. I can only give you my experience. Being an entrepreneur is a unique experience because you have to do it in order to understand it. You can't pick up a book and read it. I've never believed in that. As far as reading people's stories about how they became successful as entrepreneurs is one thing, but doing it every day and implementing it and becoming an entrepreneur and actually succeeding and making money and successful at it, that is something that you have to do. Nobody's going to teach you to do that, because your different scenario, your different business, the different experiences you have is not the same as me, so I can't tell you how to do it. I'll give you some pointers like I pointed out here, but at the end of the day, it's up to you to implement them. It's up to you to actually do them. I can't do that for you. Nobody can. You look at a lot of people who are successful, but a lot of times you get a distorted view of their success because you only see what they achieved, the end result. But you don't see all the years of work and all of the years of stress and all the years of maybe going bankrupt and losing money and then having money and not having money, and sales are up and sales are down. There's a lot that happens from the start to the final picture that a lot of people just see the final picture. Understand that being an entrepreneur is not an easy task. It is not an easy road, but it's something that if you can do and you can achieve it and you can be successful at it, it is a hugely amazing feeling that you'll never regret. So that's my tips and pointers on what I've actually been through in order to get to where I am. I hope this helped you out. And of course, if you have any questions or comments, please give us a thumbs up and give us a comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in our next video.